Welcome to Rock Chop Knives, and we are back with the review slash my opinion on the Nakiri from Itsou Doi, Sakai Takayuki 180, as we discussed in the last video. If you didn't watch the last video, have a little look up here or check the description below. Welcome back, hope you're well. So can we have this knife just because it's cool? I'm going to go through all the pros, all the cons. You're going to have to watch right to the end on this one. I know everyone says that, and I know that you lot, like myself, has got the attention span of a gnat. So if you haven't got time to watch to the end, press pause, go off, do your thing, come back when you have, and then we're all good. So, it looks badass, looks cool. It's slightly un-Nakiri shape. Well, just to go through that, this is the difference. There's not a lot of difference, but the differences there are quite dramatic, as you can see. Mainly the back, mainly the tip, and the weight is substantial, which obviously you won't be able to see. You can't see weight. Sometimes you can see weight, but mostly it's hard. So can someone buy this just because it's cool? I've had sleepless nights over this, because you start to, basically, it's not natural anymore, is it? As soon as you know that you're setting out to criticize something or look deep into something, you're not, it's just become unnatural all of a sudden. So I've tried my best. You'll have to bear with me. I like making jam or jelly, depending where you're from. Basically, the sloshy, sticky stuff you boil with fruit and sugar together, put in a jar and you put it on your toast, or your English muffins. Yeah, your English muffins, they're good. They're good. So within that, we have to slice the fruit. Let's say peel the fruit, and I've been using this on purpose. Two ways. I've been peeling round the fruit. I've in hand, a little bit in hand, you know, like in the last video, like your nan, but with this. Fast chops, slow chops. Fast chops, I'm finding some rubbing on the Tsuchime finish. It's I'm not so sure that this is required. It looks good, so we're getting back to coolness. Is that Tsuchime finish over the Kurouchi there because it looks cool, or is it required? I'm not so sure it's required for food release, if I'm honest. Another good thing we found with this, while I'm thinking of it, is when you finish chopping, you've got your foot, you go to scoop up, this edge doesn't bite into the board. But it's heavy, and I find myself having to adjust my grip a lot, because the balance point, here's the balance point here. If I take it here, on the board it's quite uncomfortable, and I've still got this issue here. I don't know why that is. I still can't get my head around that is, but I just got to give an honest feedback, haven't I? So that for me is an issue. And as you're going down through a vegetable, take an onion that's got some resilience for that cut, I just end up watching that finger. Tip work, surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. I like to hold down a grape, and that's my sort of tip work test. I know people use the garlic, etc., but I think most tips are going to cut a garlic. So yeah, that's my tip test anyway. A rock chop, so a pure rock chop for a more shallow ingredient is okay. Once you get into that sliding rock, we haven't got that rolled front leading, let's call it a leading edge, shall we? I don't think I've ever heard it being called a leading edge. A leading edge. Yeah, let's go with leading edge. That does tend to dig into the board if you get the arse end up too high. So a bit of a downfall. And again, is that there to make it look cool, or is there for a reason? Because then, like I've just said, it benefits for the tip. So I don't know how deep these makers go. I know that what we're really basically doing is we're trying to assess, or I'm trying to assess these knives for home kitchen use, not for chefs. And we've got to bear in mind that these makers, these with sometimes centuries of experience behind them, ultimately are creating these tools for professionals, for craftsmen, and they get their feedback from these craftsmen, not from Marjorie, who's making apple pies on a Sunday. Just to be brutally honest with you. Okay, so the vegetables. It's a vegetable knife. It's supposed to do vegetables, but you promised us, Steve, that you would cut up some meat. I did. I've saved this one. I've saved it. A chicken. A Honosuke. A Honosuke Nakiri. Look at it. Now you can't tell me that's not cool as shit. It just looks good, right? Your family come over, the kids, the whatever, husband, wife. Are you just going to butcher a chicken? Not with some specialised, pointed, sharp, laser-guided weapon. No, this beast of a knife. Look at it. Look. It's as if I've shrunk up a Yanagiba and I've become more skillful. It glides through it. Now, I have sharpened it. Before I went over to the meat to try and do the meat section, the meat portion of the video, I ran it over 1,000 grit stone just to put a toothier edge on it. Marries in with the old Honosuke. Anyway, the reason for that was because I thought I would attempt to butcher a chicken. It's not a cleaver, don't use it like a cleaver. But if you're gentle with it, even with that extra bit of size we've got, I found it smooth, easy, sliced through the skin. It wasn't too cumbersome. I'm not great. You know, I like to do it on a Friday. I like to get the Honosuke out, go and get my chicken, cut it up ready for the weekend. Got my legs, got my thighs. So this is controversial. I thought, for the sake of the video, I will use my Nakiri as I would use my Honosuke, which does also mean cracking through the knuckle between the thigh and the leg of the chicken. Now, appearingly, it went through it like a knife through the knuckle of a chicken. However, I found a microchip on the edge after I shot this part. I've got Shirogami 2 on the Honosuke, I've got Aogami 2 on the Nakiri. Yeah, a bit more brittle, but to be honest, I don't know why. I don't know, but do with that information as you will. I've done something I've never done before. Whilst trying to shoot this video, I dropped it. I pulled a tea towel off the side, which I'd placed a knife on between pressing play and record, and I dropped it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It literally hit the floor and bounced, and there's nothing wrong with it. So, I mean, yeah, I didn't want to do that for you. I'm not going to make out, oh, I dropped my knife for you, because I didn't. It was an accident. However, we've all gained from this experience. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying drop it, but I did, and it's fine. So, can you buy a knife just because it's cool? Yeah, you can. But is it usable, Steve? That's what we're here for. We're falling asleep in our screens here, son. Personally, yes. Yes, you can. Yeah, we've done it, haven't we? We've sashimi'd the chicken. We've butchered the chicken. Honosuke'd the chicken. We've cut the veg. We've done the tip work. We've done the heel work. We've done fast chops, slow chops, draw cuts, push cuts. We've done it all. We can use it to very easily move our food. It doesn't dig into the board, remember? That's important. These little details are important. We dropped it. Well, we didn't drop it. I dropped it. And it even passed that test. I'm not saying it's going to pass it every time. I'm not saying drop it. But there's going to be two camps here. If you're going to spend a few $100s on one knife, this will be fine. It's great. It's a bit heavy. The sashimi finish does rub on your knuckles. It's not laser, but we've seen it falls through food. Then you're going to have the other camp. Like, yeah, go and get yourself a Itsou. Go and get yourself a German chef's knife. Go and get one that you can just pick up, a beta they call it, one that you can throw around and use this for special occasions. But either way, yes, this knife is cool. This knife is a different shape. This knife makes you think before you buy it. Like, really think before you buy it. I hope this video has helped make your decision. If you get one, let me know. Let me know. Pop it in the comments. If this video has made you not get one, let me know. Like, this is your choice, this is your decision. Just have fun with cooking. If you're buying a knife and spending money on a knife, you want to be excited to use it. And in my past, I'm getting serious now and I shed a tear. No, but with my last few months with the knives, I want to get up and cook. I want to use the knives. I want to practice my knife skills. I'm creating dishes. I'm making my family smile. I'm making myself smile. And I'm eating healthily. So, I hope I've helped. Thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long. Catch you in the next one.